Hello everyone, this is Marcus Packard of Prosocialise Foundation again. And so today I'll just give a little update of what we've been progressing and explain a little bit more about the foundation, about me, and try to, just a little bit of transparency. So the purpose of these videos is to kind of let people have an idea of what it's like to be an individual that's working at improving society and the challenges that we come across, because often we see organizations out there, we see movements, we see all this stuff out there, and we don't really get a feeling of what it's like to be involved. It seems all so easy, right? All these nice communications, articles, posters, images, servers that are communicating with people all the time, and people making content and all this stuff, but we don't really see like what it's like to be an individual behind all that. So that's what I'm going to try to do, mostly because it's something that I can do, and I think the nice part about it is that I think it's important that people realize that they can do this too. I mean, it's not like it's not like we're anyone special. I certainly just am a regular person just trying to figure things out and learning along the way. And so that's the purpose of these videos. And so today, yesterday I was able to co-host a meeting on Twitter organized by Ellie Young of Common Action. I highly recommend checking it out. It was a wonderful meeting with activists from all over the world doing really fantastic stuff and very knowledgeable in how to improve society and to deal with climate action. And it really was fantastic. I highly recommend it. You can find it by finding her at Sellie Young, SELLIEYOUNG on Twitter. You can also find it at our handle, which is at TOMBEZAUCIEL. That's our Prosocialise handle. And so, what else? Well, one of the things that I haven't explained yet is that over the years, because of I realized that a large part of the problems today has to do with the monetary financial system. I wanted to learn how to find a new way to participate in the economy and avoid using the central bank system, the banks, the regular bank system that are clearly abusive and oppressive. And one very clear way to show that is how they've been getting bailouts in these last economic crises, and when that money could have been given directly to citizens and would have ended up in the bank as well, and so the banks would have been solvent that same way, right, with the same amount of money, but then all the people would have also been able to live better and relieve themselves of their debt. But instead, the banks were able to buy basically the politicians, for the politicians to give them enormous amounts of money to resolve their solvency issues, and to the detriment of the general population. So that's just one example of how clearly the banks are corrupt, and there are other ones. For instance, how they finance anything that gives money, and that includes all sorts of weapons industries and fossil fuel industries. Some people may think that that's still necessary, but it's clear that the weapons industries are often generating more harm than good, and so the way they purchase the media, and then wars are promoted, and so this generates a lot of income for the arms industries, and this is all also thanks to the banking system. So those are two ways. Another way that clearly the banks are a problem is the fractional reserve system that was being used today, and the way that money is being created from the central banks. The way it's done, there's an interest that is applied to the loans given to the banks, and then henceforth to everyone who borrows, and the net result is that there isn't enough money to pay off all the loans, and this results in a kind of a musical chairs game where there'll always be more and more poor people, because just like in musical chairs, every time there are less chairs, and so more people end up bankrupt. That is the net result of this system of creating money out of debt with interest implicit in the loan from the very beginning. Essentially creating a whole bunch of people that will be in debt forever, and more people in debt forever. So all of these things added up made me want to learn how to use different systems that could be for financial activities. And so I got into cryptocurrency years ago, and that's a skill that I think is very useful, because it is the only real possibility to as an alternative to the banking system. It's the only way that a boycott of banks can actually work, is if people have an alternative way to continue it operating economically, financially. And so that is something that I got into, and it's something that I now can offer to people, to help people learn how to get involved in that. And so in the beginning, I didn't really want to use that. I wanted to focus specifically on prosocializing, right? Which is an alternative to the money system altogether. It's understanding that real economy is much more than the monetary economy, and focusing on that part of the economy. But I realized that this is a skill, the knowing how to use cryptocurrency, how to use decentralized finance, is a skill that can generate good returns, much better than in the traditional banking system. And so it's something that recently we've embarked as a method, as an option, to also produce funds that can then be used by the foundation. So it's a way to generate funds for the foundation. And so we've created a company that will donate all its profits to Prosocialise Foundation. And this is something that has been occupying a lot of my time recently, because getting something started is a lot of work. And so, yes, so that is something that I've been spending most of my days recently, alongside with getting, working on how to communicate the activity of the foundation, we've recently started a Hive account, and so that will be a very good way to facilitate the and encourage people to share the activity of what we're doing in the foundation. So I guess that's enough for today. And thank you for listening. Please consider donating regularly, or joining us, or just spreading the word about the need to meet people's needs and to teach others to meet people's needs. How that is fundamental. And so if we keep raising awareness every day, we will end up ending poverty and war. We will. So we just have to keep at it every day. So thank you for listening, and enjoy a shared world.